Okay, tomorrow is Christmas Eve. Do you know that? Well, there isn't any snow on the ground, but let me tell you, okay, so let's just pretend I'm the weatherman, and I'm going to tell you exactly what's going on, okay? Alright, sunny skies tomorrow, Christmas Eve, highs of only 220 degrees, low pressure, pretty good for Christmas Eve, what do we got for Christmas Day? Let's see here. The snow is gonna melt. Oh, that's right, there is no snow outside. Well, have yourself a white Christmas. White sun, that is. Funny. Some people might not think that was funny, but of course you don't have to be listening to the radio right now. Just flip the switch. Yeah, sorry, my boss is kind of staring at me right now. I don't understand it. I mean, I don't understand what's going on with his face, His face is kind of glaring at me in this weird, evil, scientist sort of demeanor. Speaking of demeanors, he's very thoughtful. Speaking. Oh my goodness, my speech is gonna get messed up. Don't you know? Speaking of demeanors, he's kind of mean looking. Looking. That's an interesting word right there. Don't you think? Don't you think? Don't you ever think? Oh my gosh, you never think. Oh my goodness, what kind of a person are you? You never think? Or you just sit on the couch all day and watch TV? Like seriously, what do you do? Oh, I can guess. You listen to the radio. Sorry. So Christmas Day, the snow's gonna melt because it's gonna be, 50 below, of course. Just kidding. I know you're all kind of sad and lumpy. I'm lumpy too. My mother's lumpy. Well, we won't, well, not my mother, but my mother-in-law is lumpy. But we won't talk about mother-in-laws right now, especially since there might be some listening, including my mom. Just in case my mother-in-law is listening. Hi there, didn't mean to say anything, okay? So go back to bed. She always says that, you know? She always says that thing in case you guys heard. I heard it. I can always hear her. She yells so loud you can hear it across the universe. But that's okay. She's still a mother-in-law, and without her I might not ever have met my good old wife, the bag. Uh-oh, I hope she isn't listening. Well, whatever. Okay, so Christmas Day. Highs of marijuana and heroin. Oh my goodness, I didn't mean to say that. I was thinking about my mother-in-law, and maybe you don't know. Well, I should tell you. You see, sometimes, oh, I hope she isn't listening, but if she is, I'd better run. Whatever. Sometimes when I walk into the living room, this only happens when I'm wearing my pink slippers. I don't know why, but whatever. Every time I walk into the living room with my pink slippers on. Oh yes, and when I have my red robe, wardrobe, bathrobe. Yes, bathrobe. That's right, bathrobe is sort of a thing you wear when you go in when you have a bath. It's a thing for having baths. No. You're not supposed to wear anything. It's important not to wear anything when you have baths, or else you might get athlete's foot. And athlete's foot is a thing that not only athletes but everybody else gets. It's actually a very rare disease that hasn't been cured yet. But if there is a cure, I'll let you know. And then you won't. But for now, don't wear your bathrobes. And speaking of bathrobes, one time I was walking into the living room with my bathrobe and my pink slippers on. I don't know why this always happens, but my pink slippers kind of jump around and take me places where I don't want to go, especially places that I don't want to go, and especially places that are places that I wasn't planning to be. I wasn't planning to be any place originally, but then I thought, it'd be nice to be Mexican, and somebody heard me and thought I wanted to be Mexico, and they just happened to be a genie, coincidence, and they made me Mexico. I was Mexico for a long time, but then I turned into a tornado, which has a funny resemblance to Mexico. I turned into a tornado, but I wasn't the kind of tornado I wanted to be. I turned into this loudmouth, droning on tornado guy with a lot of wind in his bag. Speaking of bags, my mother-in-law is on marijuana, and every time I walk into the living room with my pink slippers and my red robe, wardrobe, bathrobe, ugh, speaking of bathrobes, never wear bathrobes in the bath because you might get that. Wait a second, what was I talking about originally? Oh yes, Christmas Day. Well, on Christmas Day, I walked into the living room, and my grandma said to me, "Get out of there!" Oh, it wasn't my grandma. Sometimes I get mixed up between my grandmother. Sometimes I get mixed and beaten up with an egg beater between my grandmother and my, no. Sometimes I get mixed up between my grandmother and my mother-in-law. Okay, so my grandmother lives in the living room. That's kind of appropriate, isn't it? Right? Living room lives. Sorry. So I walked into the living room with my pink slippers and my red robe, wardrobe, bathrobe. The bathrobe's the thing that you wear in the. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. Oh, did you know that OK stands for oral correct? Yeah, isn't that funny? Most people don't know that. But some people spell like O-K-A-Y. But imagine if you had to go around saying O-K-A-Y anytime you wanted to say yes. I mean, wouldn't that be ridiculous? Why don't we just say yes in this world and make things simple instead of giving oral correct to, dang it. I forgot what I was talking about. Oh gosh. All this time I forgot I was on the radio. Well, okay. I walked into the living room, and she wasn't there. Can you believe that? Oh, you don't know about my life. Well, it all started in a hospital. I was born, and my mother said, "Hey there, little guy, your name is going to be Crackpot," because my head looked like a cracked pot. And my middle name was going to be, no, what was it going to be? Oh, yes, ham and cheese. She loved ham and cheese sandwiches, but when she saw how much of an idiot and a ham and a cheesy joke maker I was, well, she named me Cheesy Ham. No, ham and cheese, yeah, Cheesy Ham. Well, I hope this person doesn't come over, because if they do, I just might have to eat a donut. And donuts don't taste good when the ceiling looks the way it does right now. Yeah, donuts are kind of nasty when it looks like that. Okay, see, I know more about donuts than you. I used to work in a store that makes them, that sells them, to make them. Maybe, but